So we are on our FES tour. We're in the bus right now on our way to Farmington Hills, Michigan. And this is a great time. We are here for our FES tour, Farmington Hills, Michigan. While we're on the bus, Sean, thank you. Uchenna, there we go. All of us really excited. Then we have our fearless leaders.
Shark,
over
shark! Yeah!
I want to get a shout out.
Well, shark. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm hoping we have enjoyed ourselves. Did you guys do your story worksheet?
Yes.
What is your story? You know, that's one of the things that we have people share. It's amazing. People come to a business like this and they look at everything and they're like, okay, when we gonna get this Southern Thread Restoration? That's what I'm here for. What's the story stuff? And it has everything to do with everything, because I want to know who you are. You know, one of my childhood heroes is here with me, a guy named Dennis Milton. One of my childhood heroes. He's one of the guys, you know, back in the days of boxing where I was in the junior ranks and he was in the senior ranks, and every time we did the Golden Gloves Championship, you know, it was always a guy you might have heard named Mark Breland, who represented the welterweights, and this gentleman right here represents the middleweights. And my father used to always say, do it like Dennis Milton do it. He did it like this. There was a time I used to hate Dennis Milton. Hey, you don't even know him. You know? But it's just amazing just how things come around. Because when Teresa told me, you know, yeah, guy, he boxes, he does all that stuff. His name is Dennis Milton. She couldn't believe how excited. I said, Dennis Milton? Oh, yeah, ask him, is he the one in the Golden Glove back in the 80s? And she confirmed, and I was just excited, you know? It was just exciting to see everyone here. First of all, that you took the time out of your schedule to be here. One of the things I love that Mr. Collins taught me, volunteer. This is a volunteer army. You volunteered your time. Some of y'all drove 10 and 12 hours. Some people, you know, like Angela, worked all day and then hopped in the car and then drove here 10, 12 hours. You know, I mean, it's just crazy. But why are we here? Why are we doing this? Well, you know, we're doing this to learn more about, first of all, each other. I think it's very important we learn about each other. Learn about yourselves as an individual. You know, and sometimes there are things that people just don't want to come to grips on. And I know I've one of the people. So let's talk about, you know, where we're going. First of all, what you guys think about the tour this morning?
Very good.
Was it awesome? If you look at the office, it ain't not that big, is it? I mean, you think about, you know, what you see on the websites and here and there. But when you get there, you're like, okay, this is cool. But when I first went there, I was expecting a much bigger place, you know. But the output, the results of what they did are it's just gargantuous. It's just crazy what they do. But it's not real. I think for Kathy, it's a little more real for you, right? Because you got a chance to see a lot more real, right? Yes. That's what happened to me when I came in 2007. It was real for me. 25 deletions on my first challenge cycle, great. Okay, wonderful. Okay, going through some problems, went to the office, you know, got a chance to get a tour. I didn't call, we just knocked on the door. And Sue Griffin came in, hi, oh, you're William Moore. Yes, I know, you know who you are and all that. And she sat us down, took us for a nice tour, you know, answered a lot of questions that I had. She answered them for me, took me and my daughter out to lunch, you know, and we just got a chance to bond and just know one another. You know, so when I came back,
Really, she really doesn't need any introduction because she's making marks, you know, across the nation, to be quite honest. She is the CEO, founder, chief editor of Diva Zone Magazine, part of Diva Zone Enterprises, LLC. She actually now just embarked upon Diva Zone Power Networking Zone, which is empowering, you know, small businesses across the country to operate their business on a shoestring budget through the networking conglomerate. Really talking about collaboration, and that's really talking about the network that we are a part of. This woman is from the spirit and from the heart. You know, she really gives and gives and gives. You know, Mr. Moore is the man, the hardest working man in show business. Miss Najia Brooks is the hardest working woman in show business. She really keeps on going to the point where, remember I talked about the heart of William?
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to talk about the heart of the lioness. Okay? Because Miss Brooks is really a trailblazer. Phenomenal sister. Really making strides and making sure that people who are trying to run their businesses or open their businesses really have no excuse formula for running their business. She gives them the advertising, she gives them, you know, mentoring and coaching via phone webinar, you know, all for phenomenal prices that, you know, corporate America would just like be in awe of. And she's really making her mark in the spirit world because she's really Christian based, her whole belief in the give back and what she's doing. She really operates her business utilizing biblical principles. You know, that whole saying, what would Jesus do? You know, the same thing that Jesus doing. You know, and I really, really applaud her, and it's very humbling to find a woman who actually, you know, has the Christian spirit and the walk and the faith that this woman has. She truly loves God. She truly loves every one of you, even if she hasn't met you. When you talk to her, you're going to know who Najia Brooks is. So without further ado, I want to bring up my colleague, my friend, Miss Najia Brooks.
Thank you. Okay. Hi. How's everybody?
How are you?
Good. Anybody need to get up for a second and just move around a little bit? Just for a second? Would you oblige me, even if you don't feel like you would? Just stand up for a second. We're not going to do anything too crazy, but just to kind of shake some stuff off of us a little bit. Get some tea. Just shake some stuff off, get refreshed. You know, sometimes, I mean, I know you just got, I know to share. You have to think about tailor-made systems. You have to think about and study and analyze who you're speaking with. You need to recognize who your audience is, and that is one of the reasons that many find themselves being a little bit stagnant in sales. And that's why some people find themselves being very successful in sales. Those who understand that nothing is one size fits all are the most effective salespeople. The objective of today's presentation is truly to tap into your own genius. Because I can tell you step by step about what works for me. And some systems and some principles are truly tried and true. There are some disciplines under the marketing umbrella, and there are some strategies when it comes to sales that are consistent, whether you're selling jewelry or you're selling houses. They're just straight across the board. But what I really want each of you to understand is that although many of you in this room, many of us, are selling something similar, there is room for each of us to prosper greatly. Not only is there room, there's tremendous opportunity to prosper within markets that you don't even realize you already have been given influence. We're going to discover that a little bit. And I really want you to leave here feeling empowered. I don't care, up until today, what your sales record has been. Agreed? Yes. Okay, so today's Fresh Slate Day. So if you've never sold anything, or in the past month, and we all know how it feels when you feel like you just kind of like tanked out. You don't even want to look back at the month before. It's like, I sold nothing. I didn't sell a thing, and I'm a salesperson. I'm selling nobody. Right. The interesting thing about that, and I believe what qualifies me to be standing before you, is that in working for corporate America, I have had weeks like that, and I've had bosses that saw genius in me, and they were the hardest on me. They made me.
Not the most positive way neither, okay? But we like to do that. So one of the things that we understand is that we talk about our goals. And our goals for our opportunity is to create 5 senior sales directors by January 1. All right? So to do that, okay, I'm talking, excuse me, 5 senior field trainers. And so to be a senior field trainer, that means that you have to have 5,000 in business volume. You got to be at least 3 wide, and you have each of those legs producing 399 in business volume apiece. Now, if you understand our field training, that is not hard at all. It's just a matter of you making a decision. If you're in the cold market and you don't have anybody and all that, it may be a little more challenging because you have to now go out there and start prospecting and all that, but it's not hard, and you can do that. Another thing is that we want to create more panelists on the Shark Call, because the Shark Call is our venue to get the messages out to the masses. And as I told you yesterday, that our team is it. If you're on that Shark Call, you'll basically hear 4 people. You'll hear Terod Lilly, who's in Texas. You'll hear Willie Archie, who's also in Texas, you know, and then you hear people from our organization. So what I'm going to do first is recognize some of the panelists who get on. Remember, they got full-time jobs, or they got busy schedules, but they get on that call on a regular basis, whether they come on at 10:30 in the morning or 7:30 in the evening. So of course, the first one we recognize is Miss Petey Gay James. Recognize Attorney Teresa Martin. So now, what are the requirements to be a panelist on that call? Same thing, senior field trainers. So when you qualify to be a senior field trainer, you now then get the speaker code, and so you can be a panelist. Because we say, hey, if you are able enough to get to that level, then you've qualified enough to start talking to people how they can get to that level. And just think of it this way, what if you had 5 or 6 senior field trainers under you? Where would you be? Okay, so that's what we want to do. All right, now also, you know, we have the, our team calls, and as you know, every Sunday at what time?
8 o'clock.
At what time?
8 o'clock.
Every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Now, when you chime on that call, who is the first person you hear?
Me.
So we want to recognize and thank Petey Gay for opening up that call every Sunday. One thing that we really ask is that you chime in more. It's more exciting when you hear, you know, different people from different parts of the country chiming in. Because now, think about if you got a prospect, you ever go, wow, how big is your organization? You got people from all over.
Jamaica.
You know, we got people from Jamaica who's actually under Petey Gay. You know what I'm saying? So that is amazing. All right. But one of the things we also love doing is we recognize the top 5 people who are producing. So we just want to recognize them again. Uchenna, one of our top producers. Miss Kathy, one of our top producers. Miss Carolyn, one of our top producers. Director of Training, Miss Natasha Vaughn. And Frank Martin, one of our top producers. So who are the top 3? Man, oh man, I was excited. I was keeping track of these numbers every single day. All right, and get the final numbers in. So, our number 3 top producers, somebody who really just got started and has done some phenomenal things. So let's give it up for our number 3 producer, Miss Carolyn Davies. Now, you know what, it was a very interesting race because the distance between 3 and 2 was so close. So that's why the last week I was like, uh-oh. But we definitely want to recognize another 2 top producer, Mr. Uchenna Anwala. One. That's right. All right. One they started very slow. And they said, man, I just can't get involved in this. I'm just too busy. But then some funny things started happening. Checks started coming in. People were excited, and they got excited. So we want to recognize our #1 producer for this quarter is attorney Teresa.
You know, what this really means to me, honestly, is no matter how busy you are, there is always time to improve the lives of others. And this is what this represents for me. Shot, shot!
Shot, shot!
So yeah, we want to do this is picture time, and you know, all this is marketable. Take the pictures and all the stuff because that's stuff you want to bring back to home to show people. And so, wow. She was like, yeah, that's nice. You can just get out the way. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It would be nice if we actually had Mr. Moore in the picture, like in the middle, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
No.